So we know every system that can be gamed will be gamed. If there's a financial incentive, then obviously there is even more reason to game the system, i.e. hacking for credit cards or any other crime. So this is a semi-anonymous, global, fluid currency. We've seen a ton of hacking occur. How much of Bitcoin's surge in price could be attributed potentially to manipulation, Brian?
I think.
And how manipulated is it as a currency? How many of the transactions are done to do what we just heard, drive cash up, Bitcoin down, and people try to manipulate it?
I mean, I think of those as having short-term effects. So in any given week or something, you might see something being manipulated on one exchange or something like that.
Yeah.
But so the beauty of it is that, you know, Bitcoin is so big now. It's well over 100 billion market cap. So there's fewer and fewer people who can try to move the whole market, right? And as Tim pointed out with this example with Bitcoin Cash, the minute you try to do it, there's another contingent who wants to fight you the other direction. And so we have a maturing market on our hands.
Could those original owners, because the original owners of Bitcoin or the original miners have some large double-digit percentage in a small handful of accounts, could they conceivably create, and this is just a crazy scenario, but thousands of accounts over the last 5 years, move currency between them in order to manipulate it, and we would not know about it?
I don't think so. So one thing is that there is roughly 10% of Bitcoin is kind of locked up in the very early transactions, but the nice thing about the blockchain is you can see if they ever move, and those funds have never moved. So they definitely aren't using it to manipulate the market, but you know, the question is, does anybody still control the keys to those? My guess is no, because they would have moved by now. It's an incredible amount of money, and I'm sure the very first computer they were using to do development work on Bitcoin, they would have moved the key at some point. And also, you know, there's people like Hal Finney, who some people think was one of the people who worked on Bitcoin, who passed away. So my guess is that those funds are lost to the histories of time, and they'll never be recovered. But nobody can say for sure.
You're all in Ethereum now, and your Bitcoin love is faded? Is that fair to say?
I own Bitcoin, I own Ethereum, I own Litecoin.
Yeah, but you don't love Bitcoin anymore. You love Ethereum. I'm talking about love right now. I'm not talking about
love.
I'm not talking about history.
Okay, you're asking what my heart feels for Ethereum.
That's what I'm asking about your heart. Yes.
I see.
I just noticed that's what you talk about.
Yeah. Well, I know that
that's who you
are
spend
right
time
in a
with.
way. So I think Bitcoin was my first true love, but it did break my heart a little bit.
Go ahead, tell us how.
Yeah. Well, so the reason why I got really passionate about Bitcoin and digital currency is that I want the world to have an open financial system. So kind of like the internet, this global thing where all payments are fast, cheap, and instant and global, and it'll bring about all this innovation and great things in the world. And Bitcoin, you know, ended up not scaling to be that. Right now, it's ending up being a little bit more like digital gold. So people are using it to kind of flee in times of uncertainty, or you know, to hold large amounts of it. But the transactions are too expensive on Bitcoin right now. And so what we're seeing is
I thought it was free.
No, the miner fees are increasing.
Yes.
So there was a scalability.
Explain that to people in the audience who may not understand this concept, because the public perception is, oh, Bitcoin transactions are free. Explain the cost of a transaction fee and the miner clearing it.
Yeah, so there is an incentive that goes to the people who are keeping the network secure. These are the Bitcoin miners that are building out these data centers, or, you know, stealing electricity in some cases.
They house the ledgers and they do the processing power. Yeah.
So it's the people running the servers all over the world that are interconnected on this decentralized network. So I believe you could actually operate this even at Visa scale for maybe 2 to 3 orders of magnitude less than Visa is charging today. So it could be something on the order of, you know, 1 cent US or less to send every payment in the world. But
per payment?
Yeah.
Not for all the payments. Yeah.
Per payment. Yeah. And so that's where we need to get. Bitcoin right now only can do about 3 to 5 transactions a second. Visa does about 4,000 a second. So we've got a couple orders of magnitude to go. But I think other networks like Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum are all working on this. And so that vision is going to be realized. But it was a little frustrating to not see the original Bitcoin and get there.
No Tim Draper non-answers, okay? You have to give me a number here. 10 years from now, the price of Bitcoin. Take a minute. 10 years from now, we'll be back here. Whoever's closest, wins. Okay? There's no Price is Right. I'm going to give my number. You're going to give your numbers. Okay? Who wants to go first? Tim, you ready? Brian, you ready? This gives me a huge advantage going last.
Okay, it's okay.
10 years from now, the price of a Bitcoin.
Network effect. Okay, I'm thinking network effect is all the power of 2, right? Everything's squared. So we now have about 18 million wallets out there. In 10 years, we will have. Okay, let's just say we're going to have 1.8 billion wallets out there.
100x.
No.
Just like Facebook.
No. Squared.
Okay, 1.8 billion.
Squared.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we are looking at 10,000x. On cryptocurrency. I don't know what the machinations are going to be. I don't know.
All right.
Bitcoin, who knows? But we are all, at least that many people are going to be using crypto instead of fiat. And I've said that in 5 years, I think people are going to be laughed out of Starbucks if they're trying to pay with like a dollar bill.
Okay, so Tim's answer is long, rambling, 10,000x for the entire space. Brian, maybe you and I could play the game. 10 years from now, what will the price of Bitcoin be? I'll take the under or the over. So we're in a 2-person bet, and we will bet it on a sushi omakase dinner. And
by the way, I think this little bet should be on a log scale.
Okay.
Which is much fairer.
Okay.
Because it's really explosive.
We're out of time.
3 years ago, I did predict 10,000 in 2018.
You're right. You're
pretty close.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to have a simpler answer. $100,000 Bitcoin.
$100,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I'll take the under.
All right.
I'll take the under. Okay. Great time. And let's hear it for Brian and Tim Draper. If you want your business to succeed online, it has to stand out, and that's why you need a beautiful, world-class website. The good news is you don't have to hire an expensive designer anymore, nor do you need a bunch of developers. No, Squarespace has all the tools you need to claim your domain and start building your company. Hey, maybe you got a product to sell. Maybe you want to show off some samples of your work. Maybe you've got a new service you're providing. Well, Squarespace is the all-in-one tool you need for your business to grow and flourish. And they offer beautiful templates. Maybe you want to start an online course, or you're scheduling appointments for people. Maybe you're generating client invoices. All of that is built into the product. Everything you create with Squarespace is pre-optimized to show up in search engines as well. So you don't need to hire some expensive SEO person. Nope. They're building your meta descriptions, they're setting you up with an auto-generated sitemap, and the SEO is done before you even get started. Plus, there's a new AI-powered feature. It's called Blueprint, which makes it easier than ever before to customize your website and make it really pop. So check out squarespace.com/twist for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/twist to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase. That's squarespace.com/twist.